Learning photography isn't complicated, but do you know how to learn photography? Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan J. I've been doing photography for 8 years. 3 of those years I spent in YouTube University, like many of you, and then the next 4 I was in an actual university here in Chicago. If I was to start my photography career all over again, this is exactly how I would teach myself from beginner to pro. If I had music, it would go, never mind. There is so much that you have to learn in photography, but we can break it down into 3 major skill sets. Technical skills, which is learning everything about your camera, your lighting, and all of the gear that you may possibly need, even tools like Photoshop and Capture One. Business skills, that's negotiating with clients, sending out contracts, managing your money correctly. And then you have your creative skills. And this is your ability to get what's in your mind into the real world. If I had to create an order of operations for you, you want to start with your creative skills, then move to your technical skills, then move to your business skills. And here's why. At the beginning level, your creativity will guide your technical skills. Now, not having a base understanding of how your camera works will hinder you. So you want to make sure you understand the base functions of your camera, just how to put the battery in, where the SD card goes, and in general, how to swap out your lenses. Some people buy cameras and don't even know that the camera doesn't come with a lens. And only after you have a base understanding of your camera and its settings can you really begin to play around creatively.
My first time using this camera, I'm a little nervous.
Really?
Yeah. Like I bought it Monday.
Yeah. You haven't tested it?
I haven't tested it.
The best way for you to structure your creative and technical education is for you to emulate other photographers. And you should never feel bad about copying other photographers because every great artist has traced over the work of another great artist. I was heavily inspired by Chris Knight. Chris Knight was deeply inspired by the painter Rembrandt. And I'm not sure who Rembrandt was inspired by, but it was probably another great painter. Because we all come from different cultures and backgrounds and have a different set of tools that's available to us at different time points, our work will always look different from one another. Inspiration multiplied by personal experience will always create something new. The best part about emulating somebody else's work is that it gives you an objective to hit. Now, your work won't look one-to-one to theirs because, like I said, you're using different tools. You probably have different subject matter, but the technical aspect is the same. See, when you're in school versus being self-taught, you have people around you who will critique your work and tell you what objectives to hit and let you know if you made the mark or not. But when you are self-taught, it's very easy for you to create these echo chambers because posting things online, usually you don't receive critique unless you ask for it, which most people don't. So what ends up happening is that everyone tells you they love it because they just want to support you and you never have an objective goal to hit. So if you look at another photographer's work and notice they have a soft background, it forces you to ask, how do I get a soft background? And what you learn is that you have to lower your f-stop. Your aperture needs a shallow depth of field. And if you don't know what those words mean, now you have another opportunity to figure that out and figure out other ways that you can create a shallow depth of field. As you're probably noticing, this video is not a structured guide of what you should learn, but a guide on how you should ask questions. And that's why it's important that you lead with your creativity first, because your creativity will guide your technical skills. There is so much happening outside right now. I'm almost nervous. So long story short, if you follow your creativity, you will eventually begin to ask questions, and those questions will guide you to learning about your technical skills. It only took me 20 minutes to get that first part out. We still got 2 more parts. At the intermediate level, don't get trapped in your own business. You should be guiding your clients. Your clients should not be guiding your business. The term creative business is an oxymoron, as creativity wants you to explore and play and try different ideas out. But business wants you to do the same thing over and over and over again. Doing business is about being consistent. The box of Frosted Flakes that you bought this week, it tastes just like the box of Frosted Flakes that you bought last week. And photography works just the same way. The moment that you start accepting money for your photography, you are no longer creating art for the love of it. You are selling a product, and your clients are going to expect that the product that they see online is the same product that they're going to get. So every time that you make a post, what you're actually doing is marketing. And this is why it's so easy for you to go from making photos for the love of it to taking photos for a client. And that's what happened to me. Very early on in my photography career, I was asked to do a party. And this is maybe like within the first few months of me taking photos. And of course I said, yeah, I was a broke college student. I needed the money. But what ended up happening was that this cycle continued. Every other weekend, somebody was asking me to take photos for them, and my photos were dirt cheap at that time. So of course I was always booked and busy. And this went on for 3 years. The reason I went back to school for photography, and a lot of other creatives just won't admit this, is that I noticed a lot of other photographers were just simply better than me. But at the same time, those photographers will ask me how I'm booked and busy. So I realized there was something I was missing and there was something that they were missing. I had very good business skill. My mother was an entrepreneur, my aunts were entrepreneurs, and it just developed me as a very good business person early on in life. But my technical skills were underdeveloped. I knew how to use lights, but not the way I know how to use them now. I didn't really understand them back then. And my personal style, I'm still recovering. My creative skill, I'm still trying to build myself up as a creative to this day. That's why I'm encouraging everybody to really focus on your creativity first, because your creativity will make you ask questions. It will make you question the world. It will make you go outside of your comfort zone. But when you start doing business, you will quickly end up in the same exact bubble, because your clients are going to expect the product that you are giving them is the same every time they come and get it, and every time that their referrals come to get the same exact thing. So you want to make sure that you don't get trapped in your own freaking business. If you want to learn the basics of doing business as a photographer, I highly suggest that you emulate another photographer. But instead of just looking online for their prices or copying their website, go shadow a photographer's work. The benefit of doing this is that you get to work hand in hand with another photographer as they not only take photos, but work with the client. As you may love product photography, you may love shooting objects and doing still life, but you may hate working with art directors. And by you being able to be in a shadow position, a secondary photography role, you get to work with the client one-on-one, but you get the safety net of it not being your photo shoot. Shadowing another photographer doesn't make you less of a photographer. Even if you're going to school for photography, you're learning from another photographer. Your professors in college are usually going to be work professionals or some old dude who did photography for a whole bunch of years and then retired, and now he's teaching you a whole bunch of crap that's slightly outdated, but you can chew the meat and spit out the bones. Chicago sounds like a war zone today. What I'm trying to make is you're going to learn photography from somebody. You might as well get the business experience from that same person if they're available to you. At the pro level, you have to learn who you are as a photographer. You can emulate other photographers' work. You know everything about cameras. You know everything about the softwares. You got it. Then you have all this creative and style, and you can apply your look to any type of image. And then you also know how to make a little bit of money using your camera. You got the business skills unlocked. So the only thing left after all of that is figuring out who you are. After I got done with college, me and my classmates were all struggling with this idea of identity as we had majors, right? Were you commercial photographer? Were you a documentary photographer? Were you a fashion photographer? We all had these different majors, and we thought that would classify us when we left out of college. But the more time I spent outside of college, the more I began to reconnect with my artistry and kind of deny any idea of a title, right? I am just a photographer, and I can take any type of photography. And because I have all this technical skill now, I can look at somebody else's work, come to the studio and just recreate it. So I know that the photo itself doesn't mean too much, because anybody at a professional level can just recreate your photo. Anybody who has enough lights and enough talent around them can just copy your photo. It's the reason why you took the photo that actually matters. So this year that I spent out of college, I'm talking way too much from my hand. This year that I spent out of college, I've spent developing my mind and figuring out, what do I care about? So if you want to learn photography, and if you want to learn how to become a photographer, the best thought that you can have in the back of your mind at any time, the thing that will connect you and help you develop your style, is, what do I care about? And how can I use photography to document that and to tell the stories of the things that mean something to me? And if you feel like other people will not care about the things that you put out, you are wrong. Because if you care about it, that means that at least one other person care about it, and that's all that matters. Your technical skill, your business skill, and your creative skills are all just tools to help you create the best meaningful images possible, but you have to know who you are as a person in order for you to find meaning in the world and document it using your camera. I've been Jordan J. I somehow made it through this video. I had to turn all the AC off. It's been hot for the last 30 minutes. This is my first time making one of these videos. I'm kind of excited. I'm a little nervous. I have a lot of editing to do. I may do it tonight while it's all fresh in my brain. And now this is my way of slowly stemming down and telling you guys thank you for making it this far in the video. And I plan on putting out more of these. Like I said, I have a follow-up video about the exposure triangle coming. And I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave some feedback. Let me know what you guys want me to do better. Don't get used to this setup because I will be making more of these videos in my room. Also, I have extremely long dreadlocks. They touch always my back. This is just a style that I did. Hopefully it's attention catching enough for people who actually click on this video. I do like the way this looks, but you know, we're a few months from fall time. So you don't get sunlight like this at 6 o'clock in Chicago. Anyway, you guys have a great one. I have a lot of links below if you want to look at my work, you want to see other things that I'm doing. If you guys are wondering a little bit more about me and why I'm talking so casually, I have plenty of short form videos on my TikTok and Instagram. I know I did it in a reverse way. First, I made all my short form videos, and now I'm making all my long form content, and now they're going to do like this. So I hope to see you guys soon. I'll try to make another one of these next week. I have the follow-up video done before that. But I'm going to make another one of these videos next week. And this has been fun. I know I'm just ranting now. So if you're still here, Merry Christmas. I was like, okay, I'm going to take my camera, I'm going to record over there, then I'm going to record over here, then I'm going to record over there. But really just sitting here and talking feels the most natural. I'm pretty sure I'm going to add graphics and other things on top of this video. So yeah, I look forward to doing this more.